Hello! So today I'm going to be reviewing a book. I haven't reviewed a book in a very, very long time. I hope I can still do it, and I can keep the weirdness to a minimum. Probably not. But yeah, hopefully all will go well. I should probably start now. Fingers crossed, seatbelts on. Ow. Today I'm going to be reviewing this book right here. This is The Legend by Marie Lu. This is the first book in the Legend series, the second book is Prodigy, and the third book is Champion, and it comes out in like 2 or so weeks, I think. This book is a young adult dystopian action romance book. It's set in a dystopian world. It's set in America, and America is being divided into two kind of separate places, kind of. There's a civil war going on. The west side is... which side is west? I don't know. The west side is known as the Republic, and the east side is known as the colonies, and they're fighting against each other, and there's floods going on, and there's a plague in the Republic, and the Republic is where this is set. It's set in Los Angeles, on the west side of America, because that's where Los Angeles is, right? Yep. And yeah, this is told through the perspective of two different characters. June, who is this rich elite girl who's basically famous for being smart. Like, she's just so smart. She is 15, but she's in her last year of college, and college in the Republic is very, very specific to kind of war and like learning how to be a good soldier and how to, you know, do war stuff. She has a brother whose name is Matthias, and he's like a commander in the army, and her parents are dead, so he's the only person that she has really in her life. And the other person that we see the story through is Day. Day is this boy who's also 15, but he is basically infamous for being a criminal. He's like this badass, awesome criminal who basically just goes around like annoying the hell out of the Republic, which is awesome. And he's kind of like a Robin Hood character. He kind of steals from the Republic and gives to the poor, and that's because he is actually from a poorer part of town. So, you know, very different characters. What happens is June's brother is killed, is murdered, and Day is the one who's responsible, and so, you know, learning this news, she decides to avenge her brother and to find him and bring him into justice. My favorite things about this book were the characters. June and Day were awesome. They're not like characters that start out like not knowing what's going on or not being like strong or badass, or, you know, they don't like grow into these really cool characters. They are already that when you find them. Like when you start reading the book, they are amazing, they're awesome, they just have it down. They have had so many things happen to them, but they just are so strong and so awesome. The other side characters are really awesome as well. Tess, who is Day's like accomplice slash friend slash kind of sister, is really, really cool. I really want to learn more about her backstory. And also Kayeen, who's a character in the story, is also really cool. I really want to like see more of her in Prodigy because she's very mysterious. I want to learn more about her. Another thing I really liked about this was the Sherlock kind of description that happened. The two characters, Day and June, are really, really smart and also really perceptive, and so in any situation, especially when they're in danger, they can just pick out all these details. They just notice everything, and so they describe that to you, and it's shown to you in a way that's not overbearing and it's not too much. It's not like, oh, look at the ocean and the waves and the mountains and the, you know, I mean, it's not overzealous descriptions of things, and so you don't get bored of it. So I really like the way that things were described, and it makes it easier for you to see things, and it makes it more vivid. Another thing that kind of adds to that is the pacing. The pacing is excellent in this book. I was just enthralled and just captured immediately, and I was just, the whole way through the book, I was so interested in what was happening, and the pacing was just so damn good. Things just kept on happening, so the pacing along with the vividness of the book, I guess, made it so that it was almost like watching a movie. I've heard a lot of people say that, and I kind of I didn't understand what they meant by that. Like, I kind of understood a little bit, but reading it, you definitely feel just, you're just there, and the pacing of it, it's just like a movie, like an action, awesome movie, and this needs to be turned into a movie. It needs to be. But yeah, so those are the things I liked about this book. Now let's talk about the things that I did not like about this book. The plot. The plot was so predictable. The twists, they were not twists. They were obvious. I knew who the bad guys were. I knew that was gonna happen. I was not surprised The plot was just so predictable. That twist that you had at the end, yeah, I saw that coming. Do you know why I saw that coming? Because you basically told me a couple chapters before. Like, you hinted at it, but that hint was not a hint. That was just like a, here, this is what's gonna happen. The last thing I didn't like about this book was the world building. The world building for me was terrible. So terrible. I actually felt the loss of there not being world building. I was like, I feel a little bit lost here because there's not enough explanation or world building or what? No, more! I need more. You need to explain things to me. The plague felt really glossed over for me as well. I needed more. I needed more, and it was so lacking. But even though, you know, there are things I didn't like about this book, this was so enjoyable, so enjoyable. It was just a joy to read. So much fun, so I have to give it 4 out of 5, and I'm very much looking forward to reading Prodigy and also Champion. So yes, that is my review of this book. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me what you thought in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye!